Hi everyone. Happy Friday. I know you guys are all on the other feed, so I'm going to try to get you to come over here because I'm having terrible camera problems again. Hey Aiden. All right, let's see here. Oh my gosh, my son is so loud at the basement. I always feel so bad. 3 of you are watching. That's fabulous. For those of you watching on the replay, because it's just so contrived. It's unbelievable. All right. Let me get this switched over. Hi, Adrian. How are you? I wish I could yell at my son really loud and tell him to be quiet. He's so loud. Okay, we have Patty, Life on Lemon Lane modding. Thanks for joining me over here. Thank you, thank you. Let me mute my computer because I'm on my phone. So apparently I have to do a software update or something. I'm gonna see if I can move this Sharpie so I can see your comments. And once I do the software update, then hopefully I will be able to use my camera on my on my desktop computer. So once again, you guys are propped up on a doTERRA box with a pen holder and the camera. The phone is sitting right there and I'm flustered. So it's just same thing. Okay, so who do we have here this evening? Loki Linda. Hi Linda. Just dropped that cupcake. I ate a cupcake today. Yes, at least it's working, but it's just a little weird. I can FaceTime off my computer. I can do other things with my camera off my computer, but apparently now the last 2 or 3 times I've tried to schedule a YouTube live off my computer, the camera won't engage, so I don't get it. Okay. Oh, Annette. This is Annette's first time live, so Ramona, just dropped that cupcake, Ramona. This is Annette's first time live, so welcome. I am happy to have you here this evening, and I have to get used to kind of where to look. I hate talking on the cell phone on the side. They should have put a camera up on the top of the cell phone so that I could look right there, because right there is where I naturally want to look, but that's bizarre. We have Lisa watching Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M. Merry Christmas. Sharon. Okay. Oh, this is great. Hi, Jeanette. Jeanette's on my doTERRA team. That's fun. Adrian missed the last live. Good evening. Oh, Nina from the UP here. Wonderful. Are you warm there in the UP? Because we've had unseasonably warm weather. In fact, I think I might try to plant some bulbs tomorrow morning. Remember last week I was asking you if I put my bulbs in the freezer, can I like activate them and then plant them in the spring? So I think I am going to plant some bulbs tomorrow. It was like 31 today. It was 40 something yesterday, and the snow is gone. Shoot, I should have brought my lipstick down. I'm actually wearing a new color today. It's red, of course, but it's Tarte, and I just got it in the mail like a half hour ago. I just opened the box, so I don't know the color. Oh, and it's upstairs in my bedroom. That is just such a rookie move. So wonderful. Okay, so we can talk about whatever you want to talk about tonight, as long as it's appropriate. If you have oil questions, put them in all caps. Patty is going to be moderating for me. So she's going to try to keep me on track because I get chatty and I miss things. I won't be able to see everybody's. It's really hard to keep up. Super chat is there if you want it. And oh, wonderful. I'm loving that some of you are experiencing the cookbook for the first time. So that's fun. So the lipstick is Tarte. It's one of their red colors. It's supposedly one of their stay-on colors. Apparently it works. So that's good because I love the stay-on lipstick. I usually wear lip scents. So, ooh, 70s. Lisa at 70s. What oils do I use for cleaning? I use a lot of lemon and melaleuca for cleaning, like countertops and things like that, with vinegar and maybe some Dr. Bonners. I do use doTERRA's cleaning products because I love the way they smell, and they have a lot of On Guard in them. And I use rosemary to mop my floors because I love the way rosemary oil smells, and I use it with like Murphy's oil soap or something. Hello from England, Kay. Hi there. Jennifer, I am from Michigan. Yep. Donna made the cinnamon rolls. Wonderful. If you didn't see, better late better late than never. I did talk with Carla over at Jovial Foods and got you a 10% coupon code for einkorn. For those of you that are wanting to try einkorn flour for the first time, you can go to Jovial Foods and do your shopping, and then the code is Parisienne 10, all caps Parisienne 10. So thank you, Heidi. I'm glad that you enjoy the cookbook. I'm happy. Okay, let's see. Let me scroll back here. Let's see what I'm missing. 70s in Virginia Beach. Oh my goodness. Oils to help prevent flu. Well, don't eat any sugar. First of all, what you definitely want to do for this winter is lay off the sugar, because viruses feed on sugar in theory. And I do use On Guard often, almost daily, to prevent colds and flus for the winter. And then if we get them, I bust out the Melissa oil. There's a lot of other things you can do. Tea tree, lemon, On Guard, what's the other one? Oregano. You can combine those oils to help support your body during the flu, but I just like to go in with the big guns and use the Melissa, because ain't nobody got time for that, for being sick. So Patty, hi Ravonda. We did have a good Christmas. It was very low key, and I did post the recipe for the cinnamon rolls. If you always click the description, so I know that's like, it's kind of hidden if you're on your phone. A lot of times you have to click show more, if you have to click a little down arrow even on the computer, but the description is always full of good information. And the cinnamon roll recipe is in the cookbook, and it is on the video description from last week. I won't take offense to that. That's a very kind thing to say. When is the garden walk you'll be a part of? Oh, Annette, it is in July, end of July. And Allison at home, I learned about oils through a lot of reading. I have this book here, Modern Essentials, which is incredible. So much information and a lot of studying. There's a lot of oils information that's a lot of science, and it's just beyond me. That's not really what I'm into, but I do like to learn more all the time. So there's some really, really good books out there. So there are really good things on YouTube. Some stuff on YouTube's just garbage. But I just try to always keep educating myself. Lexa, have a good evening. Thank you for popping on really quick. Oh, Erica. Well, let's talk about that. Why don't you email me? Let's see. Melissa. Melissa, Jacqueline, for colds and flus and things like that, it's because it's very antiviral and it's very strong. And I really don't get sick that much. If I feel like I've been exposed to a virus, I will use a drop of Melissa under my tongue a few times that day. The last time I was sick was in April, and I deserved it. I had been through the ringer, so there's probably no way I could have not gotten sick after the 48 hours previous to that. For heartburn, Linda, I use, I had really bad heartburn when I was expecting I always have bad heartburn when I'm pregnant, like fire-breathing dragon heartburn, but I use doTERRA's Digest tabs. They are like Tums on steroids, and I used to go on Zantac, which is kind of scary. I think I just saw like some cancer connection came out today. Yay for Zantac. But I used to use that and never really liked it, but it was just so miserable I couldn't breathe. And then when doTERRA came out with the Digest tabs, that was a total game changer. Thank you, Patty. Yes, Erica, please email me because I want you to be happy. I've actually never had anybody return anything in 5 years from not being happy. I've had some like things that didn't work for someone and we needed to adjust things, but so please email me and we'll get it sorted out. I know, I've heard that about apple cider vinegar. It just seems so counterintuitive because apple cider vinegar seems so strong, but I know it's really, really good stuff. My grandma swears by it and we use it. Joel uses it more than I do. It does kind of make my stomach a little bit squirrely, but Joel is one to reach for the ACV much more than me. Someone a few minutes ago asked me about the copper pot. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Look at this cute mug doTERRA sent me for Christmas. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. 2 red ones and 2 green ones. I hate it when people drink on screen, so I apologize, but I really want to drink this tea. Chamomile, and it's honey from my hives, and it's so delicious. Someone asked about the heart-shaped copper pot, and I have, hi Heather, a gal here in Wisconsin. She is amazing. She is a female tinsmith, and I keep saying I'm going to film a video about copper. Actually, I should do that because I was just before we went live talking to Joel. You know, sometimes in the winter, it's a little tough. I love to video my garden. I love to film outside. And sometimes for YouTube in the winter, you're just struggling for content. Like, what should I do next? And maybe I should do copper. Maybe I should finally get off my butt and do the copper video. But I have found this gal here in Wisconsin. She's a female tinsmith, which is unheard of. And she's redone a couple pans for me, and they're beautiful. And I have a pile to send her. And I actually kind of pounced on her the last time I went through Milwaukee. I know she lives outside of Milwaukee. And I texted her, I'm like, I'm driving right by your house. Can I just like stop in and meet you? And I happen to have a pan in the back seat. So anyways, I am going to talk to her about creating that heart-shaped pan for me. Would you like me to do that? Would you want me to do that? I think that would be so cool. Someday I really would like to have the blog or the ParisienneFarmgirl.com be fleshed out and have more shopping, more than just Amazon and oils. And I think it'd be really cool to have some cookware. She designs cookware. She's actually a history guru. She studies like cookware from the 1800s and remakes it. So I think she could totally make us that heart-shaped pan. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes to that. Nancy, I think the smell in Virage is the rose oil. To me, I've had one other person say that. They love the results from Virage, but there's that one smell. Rose oil, ironically, I love roses, is really potent. And it's amazing for your skin. Junior, I don't know. We don't know what he sliced his foot on, but he basically lopped off the top of his toe. That's what it looked like. A very good chunk of skin, just like right off the top. And I used helichrysum on it just to help stop the bleeding. And I'm using rose oil on it a couple times a day with Band-Aids. It's been like 3 days and the healing is just incredible. That's what I used on my burn, but it is a very strong smell. And I am assuming that if there's a smell in the Virage that's not your favorite, it's that one. My least favorite oil is oregano. And I didn't really love Aroma Touch until recently. And now I find that if your body needs it, you start to appreciate the smell. And I just was crampy and achy, just funky a couple weeks ago, just kind of every day, just, I don't know, probably lack of activity. And I've been using Aroma Touch in the tub with Epsom salts and love it. Okay, let me see. I'm going to scroll back and see what I've missed. Oh, thanks. Patty's putting links to the cookbook. Why rose instead of lavender? Rose is very antimicrobial, and so it's great for, I think it's great for wounds. I've had excellent success with rose oil and wounds. And Sherry Everett, those are the kind of questions that I want to answer in a video. Talk about the safety of when you see the tin being worn off and how to restore it. you know, what's the difference between like the cheapy stuff versus, you know, a good quality pan made in France. Okay. All right, juniper oil. I thought I would love because of the smell of the plant. Some of the smells are different. Like rosemary does not smell like exactly like when you rub your hand on fresh rosemary, but it does smell really good. Rainbow, I'm going to, I call you Rainbow, I call you guys by your handles. I am going to take down my tree. I don't know. I don't really have a traditional take down the tree date. It's doing very well. We actually use doTERRA's DDR Prime, which is a cellular repair oil in, I use it with my flowers and I use it in the tree. Last year, the tree's already budding. Last year's tree went like crazy with creating like fresh greenery off the ends. It was freaky. But my mom's here for the weekend. And then next week, I'm just going to kind of go through the house and purge and organize. And I will probably take it down late next week. When is like the following Monday? Is that like the 6th or something? I don't know. But it will be down and every single pine needle will be gone. And every shiny bright will be packed away for that fresh day when we go back to school, which will either be a Wednesday or a Monday. I feel like that following Monday's way too far from now. Like I am ready to hit the ground running. I love New Year's. I love January. I love the fresh starts. So I feel like if I wait that long, I don't have a calendar in front of me. That's just way too long. My mom she didn't do YouTube videos per se. She did Periscope back in the day when Periscope was popular and they kind of auto posted to YouTube, but she's like the Instagram guru. So you can find her on Instagram. She's live on Instagram like all the time. Willow Lee, let's see. Okay. Yay, garden obsessions. I love that, Angie. That's wonderful. Yes, you can send her pots to retin, Carolyn. You know, there's, what's his name over at East Coast Tinning? There's her, there's one other company, and there's random companies that they do metalwork, but they don't specialize in cookware. And she's extremely affordable, and she's a doll. I mean, I just love sending business her way. So I will, I think that's gonna have to be my video. Yeah, and she does great work. If my kids were wandering around, I'd have them get you a pot, but she does like it's like hand done, so it's got like hand swirls in it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. My tartan plaid shawl I got in Illinois at a store named, wait a minute, Midwest Retro. You can find them on Instagram, Midwest Retro, and I love it. And I think I'm going to keep wearing it until like Valentine's Day. I'm not going to be putting away the plaid shawl just because the holidays are over. No way. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in your comments. Awesome. How do I plan my goals for the new year? Okay. Pulled muscles and fibroid pain. I would want to look into fibroid pain for you because I'm not sure if I would address that like other pain, but for pulled muscles, Epsom salt bath and aroma touch, some drops of aroma touch in the bathtub, and deep blue rub all the way. It's amazing. It's amazing. You gotta have it on hand for workouts, gardening, lower back pain, arthritis, pain, sore muscles, pulled muscles, all that. Lavender is great for sleep, Myrna, but I look at it this way, and I don't know if other, oil people would take the same opinion, but I like lavender for falling asleep, but I use vetiver for staying asleep. So I like to use vetiver for that 2 a.m. chatter when you wake up and you just can't fall back to sleep, and lavender for going to sleep. Yes, Midwest Retro for plaid wrap. Okay, I don't use planners. I have a big doTERRA notebook that I keep all my information in. I am planning my goals for this year, and I'm going to start off with a big detox like I did last year, which was incredible. So I'm definitely going to be doing that again. It was really, really difficult. I did a juice cleanse. I did a full juice fast last year, and it was life-changing. And so I've had a lot of anticipation the last few weeks about doing that again. I'm a little bit nervous because I got a little cranky, but I'm excited, and I'm going to be doing a full cleanse and restore routine, like a 30-day gut, intestinal tract cleanse and restore with doTERRA, which I didn't do last year. And so I'm pretty excited about that. And what I loved about the juice cleanse last year was just, aside from the crabbiness, I just felt so laser focused, just a mental clarity. My skin was clear. My eyes were clear. I was just mentally clear. It was amazing. But yeah, and as far as goals, I have some goals. I'm excited. It's going to be a great year, God willing. My ear, Jennifer, thank you for asking, is ringing quite nicely as we visit. I had this second shot on Monday, and a little discouraging to say the least. That's just the doctors aren't very positive. So I have my last round on Monday. So it's a 3 weeks of shots in the eardrum, which is so gross. And I got there and they said, "Oh, we won't need to do the numbing again, because your eardrum is probably still numb." And I just thought that was really, really bizarre. And they said they actually use the same hole. So he looks in my ear, he's like, "Yeah, it's still there." And filled it up with all their goop, and I laid there for a half hour. And I've had a few moments today where I thought maybe I could hear better. And so it's kind of like a mind tease. I don't know if it's actually happening. And they say they won't know either. They want me to do another hearing test afterwards. So we'll see. I'm going to just finish the treatment, and I would be happy to get some of my hearing back, but really, quite frankly, more than anything, I would love for the ringing to stop. I just crave silence, and I crave the ringing to stop. So if I have to get a hearing aid to make the ringing stop, that would suck, quite frankly, but I would do it. So we'll see. I'm just taking it one step at a time, and thank you, Nancy. I am praying for a complete restoration too, and I'm just praying more for I just need my spirit to be calm about it, because I was very upset for weeks and weeks. So, yeah. So Nina, it's more than tinnitus or tinnitus. It's something happened. There's damage to my inner ear, and they don't know if it was, they don't know what it was. They say it just happens. People just wake up deaf in one ear. Poof, just like that. Cool, calm, and mom. Hey, we have been chatting, haven't we? How do you start the detox? Well, the doTERRA cleanse is different. So the doTERRA cleanse is a series, supplements and probiotics to restore the proper flora in the gut, which I take, but I'm going to take them in a little bit different of a sequence than I do now. And then also a prebiotic to kill off the bad bacteria, which, I'm sure, just like a lot of people, I've put my belly through the ringer this winter with extra cookies and sweets and stuff like that. So yes, I am seeing a doctor of audiology. I'm headed to the hospital. I go to the hospital every week for these shots. It's not cool. I do not enjoy. Who would enjoy it, right? Thank you, Sally. That's I appreciate that. So Joyce, last year I did the juice fast for 19 days. And the idea behind the juice fast is when you are digesting food, it takes a lot of energy. You know, I read once, and I will not be able to give you the source, that a big, heavy meal can use as much energy as labor, as having a baby. So the whole point is to give the body and the intestinal tract a break. And so you're eliminating the fiber and you're just juicing. And so you're getting mass quantities of nutrients, and your body doesn't have to do the work of digesting it. And I love it. It was very tough. I did it for 19 days last year, and I wanted to go for the full 30. I'm going to see if I can do it this year. What I was really shocked at is I didn't really fancy myself an emotional eater. And wow, was I wrong, because I couldn't believe just taking that away. You know, one of the things it did for me was it made me realize how I use food. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having an emotional attachment to food. I'm not that person. I think food should be like anticipated and enjoyed and thought about during the day. But I was definitely using it like if the kids were getting on my nerves, I would reach for food, or, you know, reach for a glass of wine or whatever. So I found that it really pointed out negative emotional attachment to food, and it was very empowering. And just the mental clarity that came with it, probably from the mass amount of nutrients. So I focused last year on the liver, and that was because I was dealing with those allergies. You know, I had a weird round of allergies after having had moved to Door County, something I wasn't used to up here. And so I did a lot of beets and parsley and lemon and celery. And I always started off the day with like more of a sugar bomb. So I did grapefruit and all this citrus fun stuff in the morning, just to get the brain going, stimulate the brain. This year I will be having, because I will be using the doTERRA supplements, which I didn't last year. Some of them are fat soluble. And so I'm going to probably start my day with like a quarter or a slice of avocado. Choice, just so that vitamin can do what it needs to do. I didn't know this. I just found out that your brain is mostly fat, and so it needs fats. I knew we needed fats. I didn't know your brain was mostly fat. So yeah, Nancy, you do get kind of sick of the holiday foods. You realize, sorry, my bangs are driving me bonkers. You realize they don't taste as good as they did at the beginning. And you realize that you're feeling a little sluggish and bogged down from all the extra sugar, which I don't usually eat a lot of sugar. Jacqueline, you know, if you have a cup of coffee in the morning, it's not going to ruin the juice cleanse. I had coffee last year. I mean, let's be real. Okay, it's not a martyrdom. It's not for sainthood. It's just a juice cleanse. So if you need a small cup of coffee to get your day going and to not be a viper by 11:30, it's going to be okay. Yep. It's totally going to be okay. And I think I'm going to take another sip of my almost now cold tea. I think I'm going to probably have chamomile in my face. Chart it and, you know, maybe do some videos about it, because since just talking about it a little bit last week, I've had a ton of questions. Okay, I really want to read Patricia's comment here. Okay, I don't even know half of the words you just used, so I'm going to have to look into what you're talking about. Yeah, Anita, I should go skiing. We don't have any, well, we have some hills here, but it's more like cliffs. We're up on this, our house is up. I mean, we're not on a cliff, but you have to keep going up to get to where we are, but not so much hills per se. Let's see. Awesome. Deb, fabulous. Juicing is really, really great. Yes, Willow Grove, I absolutely agree. Just eat your fat. Don't buy low fat stuff. Just eat the fat for the love. Just eat the fat. If you can't extract the fat in your own kitchen, then there's probably too much going on there. I mean, you can make sour cream in your kitchen. Yes, you can. Can you make low fat sour cream? No, you can't. So just eat the sour cream. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Roasting time. My oil organizer, it's a drawer. So it's an old, I don't know what the right name is. It's for all the, and I don't know the right names for anything. Print stamps or, like the little tiles that they would use for a printing press. But it's actually a drawer propped up. And I was super bummed because I thought the 5 ml bottles would fit in there, but they don't. You can see them all lined up at the top. So get organized. I have not had a microwave in 20 years. I read once, and again, I won't be able to tell you where, but I read that if you water a seed with microwaved water, it will not grow. And that was good enough for me. And I ripped it out, and I haven't had a microwave since. So the best oils for stress. Thanks, Patty. There's many options you can use for stress. So doTERRA has a great new line called Adaptive. And it's what I've been referring everyone to for about the last 60, 75 days since it came out. It is an oil, it's a supplement, and it's a roller ball, the oil in roller ball form, so you can carry it around. And it is absolutely incredible. And you can use the Adaptive set. You can use anything that soothes you. Vetiver is very soothing to me. Lavender is very soothing. And it can just be as simple as taking that Adaptive or that oil or Cheer, which is a blend that doTERRA has, and just putting a drop in your hand and rubbing your hands together and taking a deep breath. And if a little, I might get this wrong. I told you science is not my thing. Epithelium patch at the top of your sinuses with little cilia hairs, and the molecules from the oils attach to those cilia hairs, and they send messages to your brain. So when you smell lavender and you just go, oh, it's not just that you love the smell of lavender. It's that the lavender has a chemical compound message that sends a message to your brain that says, hey, Nancy, hey, Rainbow, hey, Suzanne, it's time to chill. It's time to relax. And what you're feeling is a real effect. And so oils for stress are very, very powerful. One of my favorites you've heard me talk about is Balance, and it's a grounding blend, and it's very woodsy. It's resin oils. So frankincense and whole wood and pine, and I'll do that in my hand and take a deep breath, and I'll rub it right over my heart, and it is phenomenal. So there are definitely options. Look at everybody's talking about low fat. Just eat the fat. Love it. Definitely options for stress. To combat hot flashes, Mary, I think the best thing to do when you're having a hot flash is to use peppermint oil. It's very cooling, and so a lot of my customers will make up a spritzer bottle and keep it by their bedside. And so when that hot flash hits in the middle of the night, they can spritz themselves down. It's like the same reason that we use a peppermint spritzer for too much sun exposure. And then there's a peppermint roller ball that they carry in their purse, and they can use it on the back of their neck, across the forehead if they're out in public and that hot flash hits. But that's a great way to bring relief. And then, of course, there's, nutritional and hormonal support to maybe help them chill a little bit and not be as frequent or as intense, but to actually, for relief when they hit, that's what I recommend. Nancy loves Adaptive. Yeah, it is great. Any ideas on dealing with unfinished home projects? Oh my gosh. You are talking to the wrong person. I can't handle it. This house is one big giant unfinished home project. And I am a everything in its place, neat and tidy kind of person. And I've really just noticed, even in the last decade with so many children and so many little people, I mean, I do my best and I try to lay the law down and keep things organized, but there's just a lot you have to surrender to, or you're just going to be miserable. And by you, I mean me. There's a lot I have to surrender to, or I'm just going to be miserable. But yeah, about that time of the month, man, I start looking around and see that unfinished baseboard and drywall that needs to be put up, and I just start twitching. It's really, really makes me crazy. And I know it's just timing. And so then I get a little desperate too, because I know that come March 27th, or whenever the snow melts around here, about March 27th, we're going to be outside. So like from the time that tree comes down until March 27th, I'm going to be just cracking the whip, because stuff's got to get done, because then this party moves outside. Let's see here. The bedroom, Sally, is it's getting there. The wall is up, it's insulated. The windows are all carved out. The sash, or the, what do you call that? I can't even think of the name. Trim around the window. It's on its way. It will be done hopefully by Valentine's Day. I'm learning to like project ahead. So yes, Constance, will you help? Patty, will you help Constance? I would love to be your oil lady, Constance. I would be very, very happy to help you. Okay. Natalie, hi Natalie. My source for juicing recipes and mixtures, I just Google, like I remember last year I Googled, best juicing recipes for liver detox. But basically I just do what tastes good. I'm not going to drink like straight kale. I'm just not going to do it. So I will use some kale, but then I'll lighten it up. Anytime I'm doing like the stinky greens, like really the nasty greens. I mean, I love kale, right? But liquid kale, I lighten it up with celery or cucumber. And then my signature move last year, I was like, genius. I lined my glass with salt, like a margarita, for those vegetable drinks. And that made all the difference in the world. Cindy, I would love to go thrifting and antiquing, but I live in Siberia and everything is closed. So that's kind of the bugger, because, we have the garden in the summer and we have the thrift shops and fun things. I shouldn't say everything. It's just a little bit more challenging to get to them. So there are some good ones, maybe 35, 40 minutes from here, but that's not really all that practical. And it's not quite the same as just grabbing my camera and running into town to film. But yes, I've been on Etsy, which is dangerous. I don't really buy that much, but that's scary. I think that Etsy and eBay are great sources for antiques and junk and collectibles, but it's almost sad that it's all right there at your fingertips. I mean, there is something to the thrill of the hunt and stumbling upon something at a barn sale or stumbling upon something at a junk shop. So it is all there on Etsy and eBay, but it's more expensive and kind of just doesn't have that excitement of finding something. Okay, excuse me while I... Doesn't have quarter round. Dana, I'm telling you, yeah, I understand that. I have a nice little trough around the edge of all my floors, and it's full of Legos and Nerf bullets and hair rubber bands and bent Uno guards and all... Christmas Vacation, Sammy, you can't stump me. I know that whole movie by heart. Yeah, so it's everywhere. I mean, I literally take the vacuum and that's what I told you. I'm like, the trough is filling. We need to empty the trough. And someday baseboard and quarter round and base shoe and everything will cover it, but not as of yet. How do I use rose and magnolia oil? I use both of those oils on my face. I use magnolia across the breast, on the belly. It's very good for hormones, and I wear it like a perfume. Joel loves it. It smells really, really good. All of your I guess I shouldn't say all, but most of your floral oils are so good for us girls, which I love that irony. Those flowery, fabulous oils, rose, lavender, ylang ylang. You say tomato, I say ylang ylang. Magnolia, jasmine, they're all so good for your skin, and many of them, neroli, which is the flower from the bitter orange tree, are so good for hormonal uses. So most of the time I am just using those two for the pleasure of them because I like the way they smell. I like the way they make my skin feel. I will use rose oil. I had a nasty, like, notice the bangs. I had a nasty zit, like Mount Vesuvius quality on my forehead. I don't understand where it came from or why. And so I have been treating it with rose oil to get rid of it quickly, bring down the, any scarring or red discoloration or everything. That was way too much TMI for you, but yes, it's gross. I get this arrow sometimes and it says I have a new comment, and then I scroll down and there's nothing there. So that's why if you see me just pause, like deer in the headlights look, it's like, oh, now that you live in your favorite vacation spot, where do you want to vacation? I don't know. I would love to go back to France. It's been so long. I would love to go to Scotland. I just would love to go to Scotland. Here's my problem with vacationing. I want to go to France. I want to go to Scotland. I've never been to Italy. I'd love to really get to know London and the Cotswolds. I just would kill to go to the Cotswolds, but this is my problem. I have no desire just to like walk through for a few days and snap some pictures and call it a wrap. Like, anywhere that I want to go is a culture or an atmosphere that I'm completely fascinated with. And I want to be a part of it. I mean, I want to go to Scotland or Ireland, and I want to stay in a little cottage or farmer's croft, and I want to go to the pub every night and know everyone, and I want to live it. Does anybody have this fascination with other places? I don't just want to go and fill a scrapbook. I mean, that was something that was so important to me about when I first started going to France so long ago. I was just obsessed with learning everything that I could about it, and I didn't want to just go to one cafe and then another and another. I wanted to go to the same cafe every day and get to know the waiters, and I wanted to be a part of it. Switzerland. I would love to go to Switzerland. I have family name in Switzerland. I'd love to go do some research. Yes, wouldn't the Cotswolds just be amazing? If any of you has unlimited funds, if any of you are watching and you are like a developer or a builder with just, billions, just with it coming out your ears, I have an idea for a neighborhood if you would like to talk to me. And it would be called the Cotswolds, and it would be amazing. Just saying. Oh, Ashley would love to visit Denmark. See, that would be cool. And now I'm on this big Scandinavian kick because, we live in this community is every flag flying. It's Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland. It's just like Viking country up here. And so I'm really enjoying learning a little bit more about that culture. And I would love to go submerge myself into that culture. So, yeah. Oh, Sharon, that sounds amazing. See, you got to really immerse yourself. I think immersion is incredibly powerful and really gives you the true experience. Irish Viking, yeah, girl. Melinda, I tell you what, when they switched queens on the crown, that was extremely traumatic. Okay, hold on. Garden on a small lot. Yes, my very first garden was probably 4 by 20. And it ran along the side of my townhouse. So that was my smallest and first garden. Suggestions to get started on a deck. Eek. I'm a pots person. So we once had a flagstone patio in my first potager, and I just love pots. Terracotta, mossy, funky pots. paint them with yogurt and beer and pour blended up moss all over them, stick them in a garbage bag in the dark and let the moss grow, and then just load them up with everything you can. If I had a small space or if I was working with a deck, that is what I would do. Watch Return to Me. She's got a little tiny garden off the side of her grandfather's restaurant. First of all, phenomenal movie. Talk about a cultural snapshot. That is a cultural look into Chicago. It's like your quintessential ideal look into Chicago culture. And she did such a nice job with that movie. But that garden, the patio where she paints there in that movie is a great source of inspiration if you're gardening in a small space or doing a deck like you're saying. And yeah, that's what I would look. Melinda, it really upset you. Yeah, it was just really, really crazy when the one queen, what's her name? She just was so spot on. And I guess the director doesn't believe in aging makeup. And now the new queen, I mean, she's really good. And she's like getting crabbier by the day, which seems pretty on point. But the lack of blue eyes, and I just miss her going, thank you, all the time. I loved that. Oh, okay. I need to write things down. You guys have the best references. Rosamund Pilcher. Chicago PD is quintessential Chicago. That's funny. Come on, you know what I mean. That's another movie that we just recite all the time. Return to Me. Rosamund Pilcher. Okay, sorry, I'm writing some stuff down. My husband is up tucking the little one in. The little one is obsessed with daddy tucking him in, which I think is only fair. After 5 kids, then the 6th one should want daddy at bedtime. He's paying, it's his turn. It's all good. Okay, let's see here. Hadrian's a Huguenot mutt. I love it. Hysterical. I would have said Euro trash. That's how I refer to like my husband and stuff, because that expression makes me laugh. But mutt is probably nicer, I guess. Oh, heaven help us. Maybe leave and come back because everybody else can hear, I think. Thelma, I think I told you how I feel about your name. That's my grandma's name. I love that name. What am I binge watching right now? Well, I'm on an Outlander kick again because I want to get all juiced up for when that comes back. I think I'm going to finally order myself the books. The problem is I've read all the books and I love them. Jamie and Claire are my friends. And I want the set. Have you seen this company that will cover, hi Courtney, Eurotrash. See, it's Eurotrash. Let me guess, like what's that? That's from French Kiss. He was a Eurotrash in Armani. Remember that? I love that line. That's another one that I can recite the whole thing. I don't have TV. No, I just watch stuff on Netflix. I haven't had TV in 13. So I haven't had a microwave in 20, and I haven't had a television in 14 years, maybe. When Friends, how long has it been since Friends was, how long ago was Friends over? That's when I got rid of my television. I was like, Friends and Frasier quit in the same year. I was like, we're done here. We don't need this anymore. Yes, heaven help us. I can absolutely confidently help you with hormone imbalance. Will you email me? I would be happy to answer that question in depth, and it would be my pleasure. Jacqueline, I just watch shows for like a little bit of time at about 9:45 at night. I don't start anything early, that's for sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. The sound is low. I wonder if you leave and come back, or I wonder why. Oh boy. Yikes. I'm going to just a minute, please. Okay, let's take care of something. I did finish The Crown. 1-5, getting rid of the television. Yeah, Joel's not like a big, like we watched NASCAR when Junior was racing, and I would still watch it because I love NASCAR, and Joel just is like, once Junior was done, he just didn't really care anymore, so he's not a big football person, not a big sports person, so it wasn't really a tough sell to get rid of the TV, so, oh, wait, hold on here. Off the screen now. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to answer your question because I'm just seeing it. If I only used one thing on my face at night, what would it be? Can I wash my makeup off first? You have to let me wash my makeup off first, and then I get to use one thing on my face. Okay, Lisa says I can wash my face off first. It's either going to, oh boy, bugger. I think it's going to be the Virage serum. I mean, I love that hydrating cream, the Essentials hydrating cream, but that darn, the little bright green bottle, maybe you've seen me show it in a video. It, like, you're like putting on a new, it's a veil. It's like putting on a veil. It's just so, even my Amelie will say, when I put that on, she'll say, Mom, it's too bad your skin just can't stay like that, looking like that all day. Like, even a 12-year-old notices what it does to your face. It's just beautiful. Okay. Kelly, your husband is in NASCAR? Okay. Yes, please. Yes, my husband, Joel, he bought me tickets. I had never been to a race. We had only ever been to qualifying. And he bought me tickets. I'm trying to think of how long ago that was. Maybe for my 40th birthday? I don't know. He bought me tickets to Junior's last Chicagoland race. And it's the best present he's ever bought me. He's not a big gift giver. And I was hysterical, out of my mind, excited, happy. And I'm a finagler, okay? That's how I met Princess Diana. I just worm my way in until I get what I want. And we just kind of kept walking and kept not making eye contact with anyone. And we didn't have like the right passes, but we got right behind, like we were right at the pits, like just standing right at the tire stacks. And I was just out of my mind. So happy. Every time Junior would pull up, I could see him, and then he was gone. And yeah, it was just like one of the best couple hours of my life. It was fantastic. So yes, I would love to go see a race. That would be very cool. Stop it. Junior's not your neighbor. Don't tell me that. You know, Kelly, do you have a friend that followed my blog a long time ago, maybe? I had a blogger reach out to me once and say, oh, maybe it was you, or maybe it was someone else, that Junior was their neighbor, and oh, he's the nicest guy. I just think that man is a peach, and we just love him. I mean, I know, obviously, my son's name is Junior because his dad's name is Joel, and he's Joel Jr., but really, I named him after Junior. That's the joke. So I was sad when he retired, but the Michigan race would be baller. Yeah, that would be great. I can't believe you're Junior's neighbor. Can you tell I'm like all flustered? Just all flustered. I wanted to meet him so bad. And poor Joel, I'm like, I met the princess. I can meet Dale Jr. I'm going to find him. So like we were walking all over the place trying to, I don't know what the protocol is after a race, where they go or what they do, but yeah, that's cool. I'm very flustered right now. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Patty, are you being put through the ringer? Thank you, Patty. My skin's glowing just talking about Dale Jr. No, my skin's glowing because I had to bring down my makeup light right here. That is what is sitting right here, because I noticed when I do these lives, I have my shandy above me and it makes like this big funky haze. So you should have seen us before starting this live. I was trying to find out how to do this. I'm in my office in the greenhouse and it's dark, so I brought my dumb makeup light down here. It's like one of those, not that ring light, but it's whatever, the one from Costco. I finally got it. I did meet Diana. She was amazing. I met her at the Drake. I'm gonna take cold tea break. It was right after they took her title away. When she came to Chicago, there was a breast cancer symposium at Northwestern University, and then the gala event or whatever at the Field Museum. The famous picture where she's dancing with Phil Donahue in the purple Versace. So that was that weekend. And thanks, Kelly. We should, Cindy. That's a fabulous idea. But yeah, we were at the Drake. I knew she was coming. I had known for a year because I'm kind of a stalker that way, and had called St. James Palace and got her schedule. I was nannying, and about the year before, and one of the Chicagoland broadcasters popped on this commercial, and she said, "What Chicagoland thinks about Princess Diana's visit?" And I was like, just start freaking out. And I called Buckingham, then I called St. James, and got the lowdown when she was coming. It was 9 months out, and had it all planned out. And my mom and I went down to the Drake where she was staying, and we just hung out in the lobby and there's a flower shop in the Drake, of course, because it's fabulous. And a gentleman came through, and he could tell that we were just nervous and excited, and he was British, and his name was Gordy. I have his business card, Gordon, and he was working security for Diana. And he told us the whole deal. He's like, "Look, she's not going to go through the revolving doors for security. So here's where you're going to want to be. Here's what her day looks like. She's going to do. She's going to come back and forth and back and forth." So she came in and out all day because she had all these appointments. And it was incredible. So he told us right where to stand. And I had my nosegay. I had bought her flowers. And we were standing there, and the elevator came down, and she stepped off the elevator, and holy cow. When you meet famous people, they are larger than life. There's just something about, they're normal people, obviously, but you've been reading, seeing them on TV, or, looking at them in books or whatever. And when she came off the elevator, I was so happy. I hate the word fan, but I had been an admirer, a hardcore admirer, since I was 5 years old. And she caught eye contact with me and saw the flowers, and she knows the drill, right? She just made a beeline for me. She just came right to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And you know what? This is so stupid. I couldn't say anything. I looked at her and I said, "You're so beautiful." I mean, what a dumb, shallow thing to say, but she just was. She's just she was about this narrow. I didn't know a human being could be that narrow. And she was just tall. She had her suit on and just graceful. And that's all I could say. I said more to her throughout the day when I was just we were crazy. We were there every time she came through. And I wrote it all down on a napkin. She's, "Oh, you're so kind. Thank you for coming." But I wrote down everything she said on a napkin. It was awesome. Okay, let's see here. A day in the life video. I'm going to do another day in the life. I couldn't pull it off for the holidays. I couldn't, but I really would like to do one every month. I think that would be really cool. Carolyn saw her skiing. Fabulous. If it's a really good Chianti, I like it. I'm a Bordeaux girl. I love Saint-Emilion, and I love Bordeaux. Big, bad, velvety, masculine Bordeaux. I'm not a girl wine kind of person, and I don't know. So yeah. Oh, fabulous. Oh, Lisa. Yep. I know. Everyone's like, every time I show my animals, they're like, "Oh, you have animals?" And I'm happy to show them. It's just I don't want to have a homesteading channel. There's many of them, and I can't really swim in that pond. So I love my sheep. I should take my camera out more and show you my sheep because they're so sweet. So Adrian says, "Yes, give me a hefty red all the way for sure." It was an amazing experience, Adrian. It was incredible. It was just incredible. Okay, I'm scrolling up to see if I missed anything. Okay. You guys are stuck on Diana and Mick. That makes sense. I know. I can't wait to show you more gardening. I think this year I am going to follow the gardening on video every week. I think I'm going to start with the ordering of seeds. I get so many questions about seed selection and seed starters. Yes, MDB. I do like French wines. I do like Italians too. Montepulciano, is that the kind I like? I think so. I will write a book on gardening. I've already started it. My plan is to just work on it for the next year and a half or so. This will be the third year in the garden. I'd like to get the greenhouse up, get things established. But the problem with writing a gardening book is, Julian, is my garden is so young. You know, if this was like 12 years ago with my old garden, that would be one thing because it was old. But my garden is so young. So I really want to give the plants time to mature. And, you know, all those arches you see in the potager, they're supposed to be covered in David Austin roses. And that's just not going to happen that fast. So I really want the photography, like in my cookbook, there's a message I want to convey through the photography. And so the plants have to cooperate. And I hate to wait that long. Really? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Suburban Gnome. I have, that's nice. I'm a little self-conscious about my voice. I have a bit of a lisp, and that was very nice. Thank you. I want the plants to be able to mature and say what I want them to say. And there's a whole lot of hot mess going on out there that I avoid with my camera that you don't see. So if we can get rid of it, like all the trees that we dropped last year, those big ones that Joel dropped, they're still laying there and they need to get out of the way so I can put my greenhouse in. And Sienna, yes, there is a day in the life. It's okay. I think it's like the most popular video on it's doing really good. I think I did it in October and it did really good. I was surprised. I thought that was kind of like ho-hum, like nobody wanted to see a day in the life. And I wanted to do one in November and December, but just like too much with holidays. November was my Blue Diamond month with doTERRA, and there was no way that was happening. And then, and that's kind of when my ear problem like started, beginning of November too. So I was just too emotional. Yeah. I do. Okay, let's see here. We'll go a little bit longer. Laurel wonders if I believe in New Year's resolutions. I do, okay? I'm just going to take all of you off the hook that want to make New Year's resolutions. Please just do it. Like, don't read some smack article that you shouldn't do it or they don't work or whatever. Just do it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change something, but make a plan. Obviously, if you haven't done it up to this point, you don't have things in place to make that change. So what do you need to get in place? Do you need to clean out your fridge? Do you need to go buy a new pair of running shoes? Do you need to get rid of half the crap in your closet? What do you need to do so that you can achieve, you have to have a plan. You can't just say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z and not have any sort of intention or plan. But I just feel like there's so much negativity around New Year's resolutions, like that you shouldn't do them. And I just think that's bunk. I tell you what, I'm all about it. I love Monday morning. I love the first of the month. I love New Year's. I love fresh starts. I'm kind of obsessed that way. And yeah, so if you want to make a New Year's resolution, by all means, I support you. But you're going to have to make some changes to do that. So make a plan, get rid of what's in your way, let people know your intention, what you're going to do, invite them to come along with you, invite them to support you, invite them to keep their mouth shut if they don't. But yeah, make yourself some resolutions. Okay. How long do I leave my Christmas decor up? Was that today? Did we talk about that today, or was that on the phone with someone? I don't know. Probably till next week sometimes. Mondays are totally motivational. Cleaning schedules. Oh my gosh. I am okay. I will share with you once I get going. Like if I do a January video, I'll tell you because my schedule is going to get back on track here. You know, we're a homeschooling family, so our schedule ebbs and flows, and we kind of go off the rails come in the middle of November, and now here's me like cranking it over to the left, like let's get this train back on the track. But you know, my normal schedule is I wake up at 5:01, I work out, we eat breakfast at 7:15, we start school at 8, we break at noon. You know, like normally I'm really regimented, but I think I try to stay regimented for pockets of time because I know with so many people under one house and a work at home job and homeschooling, and it's just, you know, things are going to change. So how do I keep up with any fashion trends? Carissa, I absolutely need, I was just thinking the other day, I need to go get an InStyle magazine or something. I'm absolutely clueless. I haven't watched a fashion show in probably a half a year. I have no idea what's coming. I have no idea what's going to be in style for 2020. This is this is about the first year where I'm just completely disconnected from what's going on. I have no clue. And so I'm kind of curious because I also like to take a few elements of what's going to be trendy and incorporate them into my style. My style's way more classic, but I do think it's fun to know. So you can add a little bit here and there. Yeah, Chicago would be closer, Kelly, but wow, thank you. I'm like so touched, like so touched. Danielle, I'm not a big nap taker. When I need a nap though, watch out because like I need a nap. But I'm not, I like to rest at night. Like that's when I hit my wall and I'm done. That's when I turn on Outlander or I read a book, or somebody asked me what other shows I'm binging. I think Vikings is back on. Vikings is pretty gruesome. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I think that's coming back on soon. And let's see, I watched Justified. I thought that was really, really interesting. And I don't know, I don't really watch that much, so. Now we're on to white, sharp cheddar. How about stinky blue? Awesome. My favorite face mask. Most of what's in my cabinet is doTERRA. I mean, there's a few things I want to try. I just watched Liv Tyler's, was it Bizarre or Vogue video? She went through her whole skincare routine, and she actually made me feel good because she uses a lot of stuff on her face, and so do I. And it was really, talk about a soothing voice. She's just so sweet, and she went through her whole thing, and she had a couple masks that intrigued me. doTERRA has a clay mask that I like. I don't do it as much as I should, but I know, Carolyn, I know when I tell people, I'm like, and I watch Vikings. Maybe. Vikings was awesome. What's your favorite makeup part? Lipstick. Liv Tyler is very pretty. I love her dad too. That's something you should know about me. Huge Aerosmith fan. I've seen them in concert more times than I can count. I love Aerosmith. So I love her dad too. Favorite makeup part. I do love lipstick, but I can't imagine not wearing mascara. Like mascara is what makes me feel like I'm here. So I don't watch football. I don't like football. Okay, there you go. I don't like football. I watch Vikings. Okay, here it goes. I watch Vikings. I like Aerosmith. I don't like football. I don't like the noises of football. I don't like seeing big fat guys in tights running around with greasy hair. They always look so gross and dirty to me. And the sounds of it, and it lasts forever. Like, you think a NASCAR race is long? Football lasts forever. No, I can't do it. I can't sit still that long. Carolyn. Okay. Oh, Lisa's a ginger. I love that expression so much. I wear Tarte's under eye concealer, and that is a game changer too. I mean, you put that on and you're just like, oh. So I would try that. They have a really good one. They have quite a few, I imagine. And I think a great place to get Tarte is right on, I should become a Tarte affiliate. They, right on their website, they have better sales than Ulta, than Sephora, than getting it on Amazon, right? I mean, you could shop on Amazon because all my Tarte makeup is in my Amazon store. But if you want to save a little bit more money, you could go check out Tarte's website. It won't hurt my feelings. They have great sales. I just got a couple things today, and the pan you made. Oh, if I would say anything to my younger self, what would I say? I was very insecure in my 20s. Very insecure. I thought I was fat. I was just very insecure. I let people intimidate me. People intimidated the crap out of me. And I would not stand for any of that. I would have just shook what my mama gave me and stood up for myself and just been really much more comfortable with who I am. And I don't know how that changed. But yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self for sure. I would give myself a good smack and tell myself to get over it. So, Tina, the copper heart pan is from a garage sale, but we were talking maybe before you joined us that I do have a tinsmith that I work with, and she does design copper cookware, and I'm going to see if she can make us some. So, I'm still learning. I mean, I'm just I just fake it till I make it in the kitchen. I'm definitely still learning for sure. I don't like football. Muscles and padded, not fat. Okay. All right. Sometimes they look fat, but I didn't ever think that it could be padding. All right. Just saying. NASCAR drivers look really good compared to football players. Right? My favorite food. Favorite food. I love food so much. Probably tacos. I mean, I love foie gras, but that's very controversial, and you don't want to hear me say that. You know, fried on top of a really good steak. That's delicious. But I do just love a really good, like, organic ground beef, messy ground beef taco, chopped red onion, some queso fresco. I love habanero sauce. I like really, 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 really spicy food. So we had really good Mexican friends, and they just used to tease me that I could out Mexican a Mexican because of how spicy I like my food. So yeah. I don't cook a lot of meals ahead. I used to, but I don't. I like when I had 3 kids, I probably did more like batch cooking, and but I don't do that so much anymore. I know. You know what, Nita? You've told me to watch that. I need to give that a try. Yes. What food does my family request I make? I make a really just killer baller flank steak with garlic and butter. It's so good. I think it might be featured in one of the videos. I think there's I don't show how to do it. But and again, my family, the thing they beg me to make is wet burritos. I know that's not very glamorous. And wet burritos, who's watching from Michigan, who knows what a wet burrito is, okay? Tell me if you do. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Carissa, I do have a job. I am a Blue Diamond with doTERRA, so I have a team of sales reps around the world and hundreds of customers. Beltline bar, girl! Yes, I make the Beltline bar burrito gravy for my family. Oh, that's so funny that you said that. The Beltline bar. How about Jose Babushkas? Do you remember Jose Babushkas? Yeah. So yes, I do have a job, and I work a couple hours every day. And what I tell people is that I help women feel fabulous, and that's very important to me. That they can feel sane and healthy and energetic enough to go garden and cook and bake and antique and make their house pretty and serve their family. And you can't do that if you feel like crap. So that's where I step in. So that was really, really tactful. You can't do that if you feel like crap. I just think it's so funny. The Beltline bar, what a riot. Okay, so a wet burrito is a burrito, but it's coated in burrito gravy. So it's not enchilada sauce. It's not enchilada sauce. It's burrito gravy. There is a distinct difference. And when I make it with enchilada sauce and with taco seasoning and chili powder and beef stock and cornstarch. And so the beef stock adds like a depth to it. If you can add depth to enchilada sauce, it does. And it's so delicious. And you pour it all over the burrito, and then you put cheese on the top and you put it under the broiler, and you bake it. And it's very good. If I saw a depressed kid, what would I do?
Exactly.
That is a really big question, Carissa. I think probably more than anything, I would show them love. I'm probably not in a position to try to fix that depression, if that's what you're asking. You know, sorry, I'm thinking of some kids. And I think that they just need to know that people care and that people have time to care. So, sorry, you got me a little off guard. Okay. It is, it's so good.
Carry on.
That's what I should put on my YouTube channel. How to make wet burritos. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Get organized. I think so too. Okay, it is. I'm going to jump off soon. So if you have any other questions, we'll try to cook through them. Good night, away north. It's 2 a.m. in Scotland.
Guys, what should we take off with half the runway?
Make a video on how to make wet burritos. That would be fun. Family's number one. The thing is, I'm trying to like put a little bit less of the family in because I still have to navigate these waters next week with what's happening with YouTube. So I've been putting, no, it's not there's no water in it. So it's just like a regular burrito that you cover in sauce and then bake it. This is how we rock. See, you've been loving the doTERRA serum. That is my one skincare item. If I had to use one skincare item at night, it would be the doTERRA serum. And I guess I'll make the wet burrito video with no kids, just their little voices. Going bar hopping. Have a nice time. Drive safe. And I will do another thrifting video. It's just that shop is closed. So I can't do anything like that until everything opens up. And nothing really comes back to life here until like the end of March, April. And then really, really Memorial Day is when everything opens up. Adrian, I buy 10-pound bags of jovial flour. And you can get, here's the, let me see this. Parisienne 10 is the code. So if you go to jovial.com and you shop, type in Parisienne 10 and they'll give you 10% off. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday night. I'm going to go take all this makeup off and watch a show or hang out or something. And I don't know if I'll get a video up next week because I kind of want to relax for a week, but it will be fun to hit the ground running for 2020. If you have any oil questions, will you please email them to me, because I would love to be your oil lady. Someone was just asking if I have a job. Yes, I do. And that is our family business, our essential oil business. So we would be very blessed to have you as a customer. And we always have treats and freebies. So for sure, reach out to me. I can put together an oil protocol for your specific health concerns and get you pointed in the right direction. At the very least, get you pointed in the right direction. So you can email me. Thank you. Patty's doing that for me. Angela at ParisienneFarmgirl.com. And I usually check my email about an hour after this broadcast. So I will see your email and get back to you accordingly. And thanks for all the fun. Thanks for the Diana stories and giving me goosebumps about the NASCAR race and the laughs. This was a good one. I enjoyed our time together. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you soon. A biento. And of course, here we go again, where I'm like, how do I turn this thing off?